Maybe it's only in an alternative timeline, but I'll take the advantage of any opportunity to share the ring with Kurt Angle, win or lose. And as far as what happens if I stay in WWE, there's one more match I'll always wish for. Working with him, even if it was only briefly when he joined the new Nexus, made it abundantly clear to me that he would accomplish anything if he ever committed himself to it. A return to NXT gave him that chance, and soon Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family were the talk of the wrestling world. They arrived on the main roster, terrorizing any superstar that got in their way.
And Bray Wyatt calmly watches as his family members dismantle Punk.
That included me. And while I have a match at the 2013 Survivor Series that on paper says was against the Wyatt family, it didn't have Bray Wyatt in it. I never got to compete against him once he realized his potential. I would have loved to have The Fiend set his sights on me. The Fiend took wrestling places it had never been before by taking his opponents places they had never been before. If I had my way, I'd take on The Fiend at WrestleMania 37. And I'd look for solace in the one place that I know to be the great equalizer: Hell in a Cell. He was once in a lifetime. I'm thankful for the time we did have together. But until we meet again, we'll make it happen here in my showcase. CM Punk against The Fiend at WrestleMania. You can choose who you'll control. But once that door closes, there's no telling what will happen.
It all comes down to this: Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania. A demonic structure built with thousands of square feet of cold steel chain link. And tonight, it will be the battleground for CM Punk and The Fiend. Being a WWE superstar, you find yourself in a lot of dangerous situations. But right now, I don't think anyone is in a more dangerous situation than CM Punk.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
For the first time ever, guys, CM Punk. And here he comes, The Fiend, begging for you to let him in. Tonight he looks to drag CM Punk deep into the darkness inside Hell in a Cell.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You don't fight The Fiend, you survive him. Every opponent that has ever crossed paths with The Fiend has been changed forever.
Just look at those eyes, or whatever is hiding behind that mask. There's just pure evil.
This has never been about winning or losing for The Fiend. This has always been about destruction. And tonight, his evil gaze is locked on CM Punk.
Or you can prepare for a wrestler. You can prepare for a fight. You cannot prepare for The Fiend. This being doesn't wrestle with logic. He doesn't wrestle with reason. He wrestles out of pure malice.
Not flinching at the steel structure, not blinking at the tens of thousands here in attendance. To the Fiend, this isn't a punishment. This is his paradise. CM Punk is about to be locked inside the Devil's playground with the Devil incarnate.
You can hit the Fiend with everything you got, and he'll just...
I can't imagine what's going through Punk's mind right now. Not only taking on the Fiend, but being locked inside the Hell in a Cell with that monster at the showcase of the Immortals.
His nerves have to be shot. As calculated as Punk is in the ring, there's no way he could possibly figure out what the Fiend is about to unleash on him.
He won't know where, when, or how it's coming. All he can be sure of is that it's going to be brutal.
Something that should not get lost in all of this chaos. Before he was the Fiend, before he was Bray Wyatt, the man under that mask was actually a follower of CM Punk.
Yeah, shortly before Bray Wyatt found his way, he was part of CM Punk's new nexus under a different name. You have to wonder if whatever's left of Bray's psyche under that mask still has some respect for Punk. If so, I wonder if the best in the world can somehow use that to gain a mental advantage.
Connected hard with the calf kick.
Up and around it.
CM Punk and the Fiend facing off against each other at the event that brings out the best in each man. WrestleMania.
You speak the truth, Corey Graves. Every time Punk comes down that ramp at WrestleMania, his next level competitiveness hits an all-time high. That's why we've seen him have all-time WrestleMania classics against the likes of Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and The Undertaker. But as for the Fiend, I need only remind you of what happened last year at WrestleMania. The Fiend lured John Cena into the Firefly Funhouse match and destroyed the franchise both physically and mentally.
And since then, John Cena has not been seen in a WWE.
Driven so impactful, it has broken the cell wall. You'd think getting out of the cell would be a good thing for him, but not when you do it that way.
Oh, what an uppercut. Just over a year ago, at WrestleMania 36, The Fiend competed in one of the most unorthodox matches in WrestleMania history, the Firefly Funhouse match. He took John Cena on a journey of mental anguish and brutal self-reflection before beating down the franchise and pinning him in the center of the ring. I don't think Cena will ever be the same if we ever see him again.
Should the Fiend look to repeat his masterclass of mind games, it'll be interesting to see how it works on Punk. On one hand, Punk can handle the most extreme mental warfare. But the Firefly Funhouse is where skeletons of a superstar's past are exhumed. Wyatt has plenty of history to pull from when it comes to CM Punk. If he can find the right parts of Punk's psyche to target, he may be able to once again decimate a surefire Hall of Famer on the grandest stage of them all.
Recklessly hurled through the air. This is surreal. Nothing is worth this level of risk, this level of altitude.
Well, according to my notes, CM Punk is entering experience. Holy hell! A terrifying fall to the mat.
He just hit the ground with such a bone-chilling thud.
Fiend might have it here. He cuts the pin attempt short. Booty boot. Momentum is running away from Punk.
An absolutely punishing series from the Fiend. Punk is looking rocked.
Turns it around. And Punk just thrown out of the way. Now to the ring, to the confines of the chain link enclosure. It looks like he's going to press his luck, climbing up the cell wall. He's headed up the cell, climbing the wall.
He's as mad as a hatter climbing the cell. Nothing good ever happens on top of the cell.
His climb up the cell has paid off as he stands on top of it.
I don't know what we're about to see from him, but I know it's going to be good.
Both of these men have had cult-like followings in the WWE locker room, but tonight is purely a one-on-one battle.
For a multitude of reasons, not the least of which is the gargantuan cell surrounding the ring. It's nearly impenetrable.
Neither man seems to welcome any allies at this point. The Fiend's transformation seems to have shed any vestiges of being a family leader. And with a match of this magnitude, I don't think Punk wants anyone at his side. Punk wants to prove he can overcome the Fiend without any help.
He's starting as a setup to sell.
Going up, but the whole arena's more worried about the coming down part.
Starting his climb up the cell with absolutely no fear.
Standing on top of the cell, looking out over the entire WWE Universe.
I wonder if he's starting to regret making that climb. A counter by the Fiend.
Both of these men have made careers by changing with the times. Punk has gone from indie darling to extremist to straight-edge cult leader to the best in the world.
I will agree that Punk's ability to evolve is commendable, but I don't think anyone has undergone a transformation quite like Bray Wyatt when he...
No! Good God! What just happened?
You cannot tell me that is a choice a sane human would make.
No, but this isn't a sane environment. It's hell in a cell.
What the? Hold on. What's he thinking about?
I don't want to know, Corey. Whatever it is, it has to do with climbing the cell. He's made it to the top, and you wonder how violently he'll come back down.
This is hell in a cell. Safe money says it's going to be devastating.
And the Fiend is channeling the energy of this crowd.
He's finally made it to the top of this demonic structure.
A dangerous position to be in. He's playing with fire now.
Running senton! This entire building's on their feet witnessing these lunatics fight 25 feet in the air.
Nicely done, managing to save themselves there.
Was not made to hold the weight of superstars as well.
Definitely playing with fire here, Cole.
Uranagi by Punk. He turns it
Into the Anaconda Vice. This one could be over.
He's a couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. Oh, my God, what a crossbody. Everyone in the arena is holding their breath right now.
One wrong move.
Oh, he's shoving it down his throat.
The claw!
This one's over.
That could be Punk's demise.
Say goodnight. Sleeper hold is applied.
Submission locked in. And there is nothing that can save him here. Submitting is meaningless. Just clubbing down.
Bringing the fight on top of the cell. To call this dangerous would be an understatement.
Everyone knows the risks coming into Hell in a Cell, but I have to imagine that knowledge doesn't account for what happens when you end up on top of the cell. But everything behind that kick, no longer concerned with watching their steps on top of the cell, just fully consumed by the need to fight each other anywhere, anytime. Boom! Fired back with that elbow. Quick evasion from him there.
Shades of the USS sickle. His situation is only getting more dangerous by the second.
We're going to cause as much violence as possible on top of the cell.
Summon the sister. The longer this goes on, the more dangerous this becomes.
Yeah, the roof of the cell can only take so much chaos.
This has been an absolutely brutal match inside Hell in a Cell. I knew The Fiend and CM Punk were going to go to war here, but even for WrestleMania, this match has gone above and beyond.
As this battle rages on top of the cell, you wonder how this all ends.
I'm afraid badly is the only answer. Nothing good can come.
He's just crashing through the cell.
And he may have just seen his life flash before his very eyes, gentlemen. That is unfortunately what can happen here.
Absolutely crushing.
Bray Wyatt locks in the claw. This is agonizing.
The Fiend can seal it here.
Two. He manages to kick out. What strength.
You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, some way.
What's he planning to do here? Roll him on his belly. Single leg crab. An uncanny showing of power. The hold is locked in.
And now forced to surrender. The pain was just too much.
Here is your winner, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
We may be witnessing the end of days here. The Fiend's power is only growing now that he's added CM Punk to his list of victims.
Remember this moment, gentlemen. I think we just witnessed a landmark moment for the entire WWE.
I feel bad for Punk coming up short, but what on earth does this mean for the rest of us?
An honor to know him, to have worked with him, and to get one more chance to share the ring with him. Rest in power forever, Bray Wyatt. It's been quite the experience as the focal point of WWE 2K26 showcase. We've revisited great wins, received a second chance at painful losses, created dream matches that I thought would forever elude me, and even attempted to provide a glimpse at what WWE would have looked like had I stayed. It's been a true privilege. Before we put a bow on it all, I'd like to ask Slingshot Technology for one final match. A match that lives as large as my biggest dreams. The opportunity to team with the best tag team partner in the world, my wife, AJ Lee. Three-time Divas champion, had WWE wrapped around her finger from the moment she arrived. Skilled in the ring and potent on the microphone.
The greatest Divas champion of all time. Me!
Remind you of anybody? She even dropped a pipe on of her own.
I have done more in 1 year than all of you have done in your entire collective careers.
A true revolutionary, AJ Lee deserves as much credit for the women's revolution and evolution as anyone, as she fought for every second of television time to lay the groundwork needed to push women's wrestling further than it had ever been before. And since she returned to WWE this past September,
AJ Lee! CM Punk's wife is here after a decade!
she's been helping remind everybody just how damn great she really is. Now, I'm sure there are people out there saying, but you've teamed with her before. And this is true. But that doesn't change the facts. And the facts are that anytime I get to team up with my wife, it's always a dream come true. Across the ring from us, I can only see WWE's resident it couple, The Miz and Maurice. Miz and I have had our issues through the years. That's hardly a secret. But while we don't see eye to eye on many things, I still appreciate what him and his wife have accomplished in their careers. And it would be an honor to attempt to take the it couple label off them and put it on two people who have proven to move the needle, CM Punk and AJ Lee. So let's close this showcase out in style. You've done incredible work to get this far, and now we'll let you choose how it all comes to an end. Miz and Maurice will want to turn in a performance so awesome that it stops us in our tracks. But let's be real here. This world belongs to punks like me and the missus.
in the world.
From Chicago, Illinois,
CM Punk and AJ Lee have both accomplished so much as individuals. Both have Hall of Fame credentials in WWE. Both have made their mark outside the business too, but the thing that means most to each of these competitors is standing right next to them. Punk and AJ are at their best together, and they're
Now for a real power couple in the form of the It Couple.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the Cuba, Maurice, and The Miz.
And this is what it looks like to be truly in sync, to truly be as one, as a partnership, as a team, as a unit. The Miz and Maurice. One.
And this should be one hell of a tag team match. The brash CM Punk and AJ Lee taking on the cocky Miz and Maurice. Two teams, not just in this matchup, but in life as well, who couldn't be more different from one another.
It's that blue collar strength.
He goes for the quick pin attempt. And that only gets a 1 count.
Not even making it past the 2 count. Still a ways to go here.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. I believe CM Punk is jealous of The Miz.
Come on, Wade, jealous? Miz is a Grand Slam champion, sure, but Punk has accomplished even more in WWE.
We can compare resumes all day, Cole, but consider this. Everything Punk wanted to do, Miz did first. Miz joined the main roster first. Miz was the face of WWE first. Miz was doing the late-night talk show circuit first. Miz main evented WrestleMania first, and after tonight, Miz will have won their first intergender tag encounter.
Punk has said on multiple occasions that he doesn't respect The Miz or how he got his start in WWE. I'm sure AJ Lee feels the same about Maurice.
Punk and Lee got into WWE the traditional way, by competing on the independent circuit for years and paying their dues, while Miz and Maurice took the reality route via Tough Enough and Diva Search, respectively.
Well, as a man who put in years of training, but also won the first season of NXT, the truth of the matter is that a real WWE superstar will take any opportunity given to them to get their foot in the door. There's no shame whatsoever in how Miz and Maurice got here, and their success since is proof that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the It Couple is going to finish strong tonight. Of that, I am sure.
And since this is standard tag team rules, the men can fight the women and vice versa. How does that change up the strategy in this one? How does AJ's strategy when facing The Miz differ from her strategy facing Maurice? Or all the other combinations we could see in this tag match?
Honestly, these are all 4 high-level championship-caliber superstars. They've all done their homework, and none of them are going to hold back, no matter who's standing across the ring from them.
Maurice is mostly known today for her reality TV work, but it's easy to forget that she was one of the most dominant competitors of the Divas era.
That she was, Michael Cole. Maurice was the first woman to ever hold the Divas title on more than one occasion, and for the majority of the title's history, she was the longest reigning title holder at 211 days.
But that record was surpassed by the other woman in this match, AJ Lee. So not only is it
Driven onto the steel.
that's got to do it. There's no bouncing back from that.
Cuts the attack off. Caving in the abdomen.
The AJ maybe a smidge longer, their in-ring skills maybe a smidge higher, but there's one aspect of this that the It couple has over their opponents tonight, and it's the most vital one: experience.
As much as it pains me to agree there, Wade, you're right. Miz and Maurice have stood in the ring against some of the top power couples in wrestling at some of the biggest PLEs in WWE history, including Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
And for as long as Punk and AJ have known each other off-screen, they've only tagged together for a few brief matches on
From the top. Yes, there's the tag.
Misses big time.
AJ Lee recently making her WWE return after a decade away. She spent that time becoming a best-selling author, a TV and movie producer, and getting herself back in the proper mental state to compete again. Seems to have worked as she instantly reinserted herself into the main event scene.
That has to eat at Maurice a bit. Don't get me wrong, Maurice has had some major matches since her retirement, but the vast majority of them have been at the side of her husband. I wonder if we see Maurice put a bit more effort to take command of this match tonight to prove that she can get back to the top of the women's division.
From the top. Diving double axe handle. Boom. Oh. She had that scouted. Don't get me wrong, AJ Lee is her own woman and can fight her own battles, but we've seen in the past that CM Punk will defend his family with every fiber of his being.
Miz from behind, hook.
Skull-crushing finale.
And that could very well mark the end of the road for CM Punk and AJ Lee as a tag team, courtesy of a true must-see couple. It's deep waters in this tag match, but I don't see any sign of quit yet. Oh, managed to make a well-timed kick to the gut.
What a display here. Counters on both sides. She gets taken into the corner. Needs to get out.
And Maurice is taking control in this match.
Punk and AJ learning a harsh lesson from the It couple right now, with no end in sight.
Oh, on the big boot.
Nothing fancy, but very effective.
She got the tag.
Oh, looks like the A-lister needs a little break.
Well, he always does.
Wow, an A-list knee strike by The Miz.
Stamina must be depleting. Probably hard to even draw a full breath.
Boom! A forearm smash.
Connecting with a punch.
We're off to see a measure of this.
Don't bang.
And he evades sudden, swift, and brutal impact.
Oh! Ugh. Solid contact from The Miz.
Just remember that attacks to the head like that can build up quickly.
Oh, strong impact.
Maurice with the French kiss. And that is why you don't cross the It couple. CM Punk and AJ Lee clearly learning the hard way here.
And it should come as no surprise that these four superstars are putting on an absolute tag team clinic right now. The disdain both these power couples have for each other, and just how much each of these superstars love to be the center of the universe, fueling this entire affair.
Man, what timing on that counter.
Oh, did you...
Maurice with a French kiss.
That might just do it.
Have you ever seen a human being tossed like that? I don't know if Punk can withstand much more of this.
This is just how the It couple operates. And Punk and AJ are getting a first-hand, brutal lesson in that fact. Punk sidesteps out of that.
Oh, what a kick!
Mitigating the damage is always key in a tag match. Set up in the corner. What is coming next?
Chess match of counters and reversals happening here.
Oh, he had that scouted. Kick gets caught. Oh, that gets reversed on CM Punk.
Eating the soul of the boot.
We had to know that an all-star tag team match like this would eventually become an all-timer. AJ and Punk, Maurice and Miz, neither team backing down.
All four of these superstars are truly as stubborn as they are talented, and the WWE Universe gets to reap the benefits.
And he's got a cartoon bird swirling over his head right now for sure.
All these attacks to the head. He's going to end up with a lot more than a splitting headache if this match goes on for much longer. Maurice with a French kiss.
Stick a fork in him.
Getting sent to the turnbuckles.
Knees!
Very unique.
And that was a clear attack to his core. Maybe seeing an opening.
Oh! Able to parry that one. Clothesline. Oh! Tag. And a chance to up the ante. Referees can't go it on, but stereo faceplant. Is it enough to overcome Punk?
And right away into the pin. AJ retaliates.
Big hammer connects.
There's electricity running through this arena right now.
Will it be the spark for one of these competitors?
Oh, look at this. Float over neck breaker. Picture perfect.
Hooked up.
And what he's looking for here looks like a potential submission maneuver coming. Applying a rigorous
Taps out.
Here are your winners, Maurice and The Miz.
In life, there are winners and there are losers. And this result is just a reminder that no one is more accustomed to being winners than The Miz and Maurice.